I never thought I'd be the guy posting one of these stories. You know the type. Betrayal, heartbreak, karma. But here I am, and honestly, I need to get this off my chest, because what happened still feels surreal. My name is David. I'm 34, and up until 2 years ago, I thought I had a solid marriage. My wife Emma and I had been together for 8 years, married for 5. We weren't perfect, but we were good. Or at least, I thought we were. We had our routines, our inside jokes, our plans for the future. She worked in marketing at a tech startup downtown, and I was a software engineer working remotely. Life was comfortable. Then I got sick. It started with fatigue I couldn't shake. Then came the joint pain, the brain fog, the constant exhaustion that made getting out of bed feel like climbing a mountain. After months of tests, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder. Nothing terminal, but chronic, something I'd have to manage for the rest of my life. The treatment was expensive, the symptoms unpredictable, and suddenly I wasn't the energetic guy who could keep up with Emma's social life anymore. At first, she seemed supportive. She'd ask about my appointments, remind me to take my medication, even cook dinner on my worst days. But I started noticing the shift. The way she'd sigh when I had to cancel plans, the eye rolls when I mentioned feeling tired, the growing distance between us that felt like a canyon I couldn't cross. Then came the late nights at the office, the increased work trips, the phone turned face down on the table. I'm not an idiot. I knew something was wrong, but I was too exhausted, physically and emotionally, to confront it. Part of me didn't want to know. The truth came out 6 months after my diagnosis. I was having a particularly bad flare-up, bedridden and barely able to move. Emma came home early, which should have been my first red flag. She sat on the edge of our bed, wouldn't look me in the eye, and said the words that shattered everything. I met someone at work. His name is Jason. I'm in love with him, and I want a divorce. I remember staring at her, trying to process what she'd just said. My brain felt like it was moving through molasses. You're leaving me? Now? While I'm like this? She had the audacity to look annoyed. David, I can't put my life on hold because you're sick. I'm 32 years old. I deserve to be happy. Happy. As if I was some burden she'd been forced to carry, as if 8 years together meant nothing the moment things got hard. She moved out that week. Moved in with Jason, actually. Turns out he was her manager at work. Older, successful, drove a BMW, lived in a loft downtown. Everything I wasn't in that moment. The divorce was quick and cold. She didn't even fight for anything. She just wanted out. I signed the papers from my couch, too sick and heartbroken to care about assets or splitting furniture. The months that followed were the darkest of my life. I was alone, sick, and trying to rebuild from scratch. My family rallied around me, which helped, but the betrayal cut deep. How do you trust anyone after the person who promised to love you in sickness and in health walks out the moment you actually get sick? But here's the thing about hitting rock bottom. You either stay there or you start climbing. I started climbing. I threw myself into managing my health, found better doctors, adjusted my medication, changed my diet, started physical therapy. Slowly, I began to feel human again. I also threw myself into work. Turns out, being betrayed and bedridden gives you a lot of motivation. I freelanced on the side, took on extra projects, and within a year, I doubled my income. I moved to a better apartment, started going to the gym, and reconnected with old friends. I wasn't the same broken guy Emma had left. I was stronger. Angrier, maybe, but stronger. 18 months after she walked out, I got a text from an unknown number. David, it's Emma. Can we talk? I stared at that message for a full minute. Part of me wanted to delete it and block the number, but curiosity got the better of me. About what? I typed back. I made a mistake. I need to see you, please. Against every rational thought in my head, I agreed to meet her at a coffee shop, neutral ground. I told myself I just wanted closure, but honestly, I wanted to see what kind of person shows up after abandoning their sick spouse. She looked different, tired. Her hair was messier than she usually kept it, and she'd gained weight, which not that I cared, but it was noticeable. She was wearing sweatpants and a hoodie, a far cry from the designer outfits she used to obsess over. We sat down, and she didn't waste time. Jason left me.
she said, voice cracking. "I'm pregnant, and he left." I blinked. Pregnant, of course. "He said he wasn't ready to be a father," she continued, tears streaming down her face. "He said I trapped him, that I was too much, and he just left, blocked me on everything. I don't have anywhere to go, David. I lost my job because of the drama with him, and my lease is up next month. I don't know what to do." She looked at me with those same eyes that used to make me feel like I mattered, but now they just looked desperate. I was hoping maybe we could talk, about us, about fixing things. I leaned back in my chair, letting her words hang in the air. Fixing things. She wanted to fix things? After she left me when I was at my lowest? After she moved in with another man? After she built a whole new life without me? Now she wanted to fix things because her perfect new life had imploded? "Jason," I said slowly, keeping my voice calm, "your manager, your soulmate, the guy you left me for, has dumped you, and you want to come back?" She nodded, wiping her eyes. "I made a mistake, David. I see that now. I was scared and selfish, and I'm so sorry. I still love you. I never stopped." I almost laughed. Almost. "You don't love me, Emma. You love the idea of not being alone. You love having someone to fall back on when life gets hard. But that's not love. That's convenience." "David, please." "I'm not done," I cut her off. "You left me when I needed you most. You didn't just leave, you abandoned me. You made me feel like I was worthless because I got sick. Do you have any idea what that did to me?" She was sobbing now, but I didn't care. "I rebuilt my life without you. I'm healthier, happier, and honestly, I'm better off. You showing up here, pregnant with another man's child, asking me to fix things? That's not closure, Emma. That's desperation." I stood up, grabbing my jacket. "I hope you figure your life out. I really do. But I'm not your backup plan. I'm not your safety net. You made your choice, and now you have to live with it." I walked out of that coffee shop and didn't look back. A few weeks later, I heard through mutual friends that she'd moved back in with her parents. Jason never came back. She had the baby, a girl, and from what I understand, she's trying to make it work as a single mom. I don't feel bad for her. I don't feel vindicated either, really. I just feel free. Karma didn't need my help. Life took care of that all on its own. So yeah, Reddit, that's my story. My wife left me when I was sick, and life gave her exactly what she deserved. And me? I'm doing just fine.